Hey everyone, I'm Tom from Invictus Interactive, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can make a simple 2D point and click system in Unity C#. So to start off, you obviously want to go to create a new Unity project and make sure that it's 2D. You can name it whatever you want, and then once you have that open, create a new C# script, and let's call this player controller. So this is where we're going to control the movements of the player, and then we're obviously going to need a place to put the player controller so we can see the player moving around in the game. So we'll create a new 3D object and select cube, and then we'll drag the player controller onto the cube, and I'll just reset the position there so it's back to the origin. And then once you've done that, open up the player controller in Visual Studio. So I'll get started by deleting the start method, we don't need that. And basically what our program is going to want to do is we want to get the coordinates of the position of the mouse, and then we want to check if the user left clicks, and if they do, we want to get the coordinates of where they left clicked, and then we want to move the player towards those coordinates. So we can do this by creating a new private vector2 target, and this is going to be the position the player will need to move towards. And the reason it's vector2 is because we're only getting the x and y coordinates. Since it's 2D, we don't need to worry about the z-axis. And then in the update method, we're going to want to create another vector2, and we'll call this mouse pos. So this is going to be the position of the mouse, and we're going to want to say camera.main.screen to world point input.mouse position. So basically what this is doing, it's getting the coordinates of the mouse position in game. So basically I'm going to show you exactly what this is doing. So we will debug.log to the console the mouse position, and I'll just come back into Unity and I'll start it up. And basically, as you can see here in the console, you can see the position of the mouse relative to the in-game unit. So say it's there, it's the origin, so 0, 0. Over here it's on the X is 2.5 and the Y is just 0. So basically we're just getting the coordinates in game of the mouse position, so we don't need that, we can just delete that. And next we're going to want to check if the user left clicks, and if they do, get the coordinates of where they clicked. So we can do this by writing an if statement. We're going to check if input.get mouse button down. So we're checking if the user gets the mouse button down. And 0 is basically the index for the left mouse button. So by putting in 0 there, you're checking if the user left clicks. And what we're going to want to do now is we're going to want to use the variable used above, target. I'm going to say target is a new vector2, and in here we're going to want to get the mousepos.x and then transform.position.y. So here what I'm saying is that we're setting the vector2 target is going to be a new vector2, and we're setting it to the position of the mouse on the X. So basically like the left or right value of the mouse position. So, and then the transform.position.y is just the Y position, but we're not getting the Y position of anything, it's just the same. So currently the Y position in game, as can be seen on the cube, is just 0. So it's staying consistent, we're never changing that because we don't want to move the player on the Y, we only want to move them on the X. So lastly what we want to do is we want to move the player towards the target coordinates. So you can do this by setting the transform.position equal to vector2.move towards, and we're going to get transform transform.position target, and we're going to move it at the speed of time.delta time times 5f. So basically what this is doing is we're moving the position of the player and we're moving it towards the target, so the coordinates or the mouse click, from our current position, and we're moving it at a speed of 5 units per second. So if we go back into Unity and run this, we're going to see just what I mean. So here, if I click there, it moves towards that position, and now it's at obviously 7.33 units. And even if I click up here, for example, hide on the Y, it only moves on the x-axis. We're not moving on the Y because we don't want to do that. If you did want to move it on the Y, it will be very simple to change. All you would want to do, you want to go back in here, you want to change this to transform.position, and we're going to change transform.position.x, and then here this will be mousepos.y. So now instead we're keeping the x the same, we're not changing that at all, we don't want it to move there, and we only want it to move on the y-axis. So we're getting the coordinates of the mouse position on the Y when the user clicks, and only moving it up or down based on that. So now if we come back here and run it, as you can see, I can click now up there and it moves towards the position of my mouse, but even if I click over there, it doesn't move left to right, only up or down. So this is just a very simple way to create a simple point and click system in Unity C#. If you found this helpful at all, make sure to like and subscribe for future tutorials which may be of help to you, and I'll see you all in the next video.